All right. So when we're talking about visual balance, there's really one of two strategies that we could be talking about. The first is what we sometimes refer to as being symmetrical balance or formal balance. Sometimes it's referred to as. And we're not, I need to be very careful in saying that we're certainly not talking about perfect symmetry. Okay. If you drew a line down any axis of the photograph, one side of it certainly would not be exactly the same as any of the other sides. What we're really talking about is a distribution of visual weight. And so the question then becomes, uh, is there an equal distribution of visual weight? In other words, there's no particular part of the photograph that has more visual significance than any other part. Or in the case of asymmetrical balance, which will be in another video, um, is there an unequal distribution of visual weight? Is there one part or area or side of the image that has more visual weight than another? But we're talking about symmetrical balance now. We're talking about equal distribution of visual weight. And the result that that gives us is that there's no particular part of the photograph that feels any stronger than another part. That does not mean that it doesn't have visual emphasis. Balance operates kind of independently of emphasis. With this, the case of this Irving Penn photograph of Pablo Picasso, um, you know, it's pretty clear that the visual emphasis here is Pablo Picasso's eyeball. So the photo has visual emphasis. That's not what's in question. Um, the question is, looking around the eye, is there any part of the photograph that has more weight than anything else? And the answer is no. And in this particular case, talking specifically now about Irving Penn and the way he usually took portraits, is that this very close up confrontational style where he fills the frame really, there's really no extra space within the composition for the eye to wander around. So, an excellent example of how you could use symmetrical balance to keep kind of the visual weight equally distributed.